Item 13 is the Parowan Police Department contract for future truck leases, and I'm not sure if Chief Adams is going to talk about that or if Dan Jessen is going to talk about that.
Both. Maybe Chief can come up. We've been talking about this for a while, as we're moving through our process to replace the leases that we have. We used to be with Hinckley's. Hinckley's kind of got out of the business, and we were basically handed to Mike Albert Leasing, and we were just happy that somebody accepted the leases because Hinckley's was going out of business. We didn't necessarily select Mike Albert, we just ended up with them. And as we're getting ready to do 2 new leases next year, we looked into it, talked to different vendors that do state bid sales, and we heard back from several that Bancorp is really good to work with, and that we should consider using them. One of the advantages of going with Bancorp is, and by the way, tonight we're not doing a new lease tonight. We just needed to sign the upfront contract that says we're going to be using them. The reason why we need to do that is because we're going to be ordering vehicles in January, which will then start the lease next July in next year's budget, but we have to get it all into the pipeline and get it working. And the first stage is to actually do an engagement with this company. The advantage that Bancorp has that we discussed with them over Mike Albert is that we can buy vehicles wherever we want and from any vendor we want under state bid. We could buy local, we could buy wherever, and they just do the financing piece. Mike Albert is they're both large companies, but they're really large. They want us to buy the vehicles through them. There's a little bit of vagueness as to, is there markup, isn't there markup? In other words, they're acting like more than the bank. They're acting as a dealer and the bank. Whereas
we were almost having to try to talk them in to take us on anyway for how small we are. They in the beginning they weren't even interested in working with, a 6-truck lease.
They'd bring the vehicles in from out of state and do one entire transaction and would end up with a lease. The idea of going with Bancorp, we can go to local dealer in Cedar and get a state bid, or we can go with one of the state bid contracts up in Salt Lake. We've had a lot of discussions with buying from Young Automotive that can buy any of the different brands on state bid. Bancorp doesn't care. They just say, bring us the vehicle. We can finance the upfits. We can finance the vehicle. All they do is just the financing piece. So it seemed like a good way to go. What did we miss?
Correct. You did good.
Does the council have any other questions on this item from either Chief Adams or from our city manager?
Nope.
All right, so with that, we need a motion to approve, I guess, the contract to do the future truck leases through the Bancorp Bank.
Mayor, I move to approve the contract for future truck leases through Bancorp Bank.
I'll second it.
Oh, Bancorp, sorry, Bank.
Bancorp.
Yeah, sorry.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, thank you, the motion carries.
And just so you know, we will bring the actual leases for an agreement when it's time to sign the actual leases. So, and they did do a preliminary check, financial check, so that they could build an account, and they've approved us. So we're ready to do business with us.
Good work, thank you.
Thanks, Chief.
Addie, while we're on this subject, do you want to share your good news? We didn't even dare talk about it because it was just a pie in the sky.
Am I going to jinx it?
I don't know.
So we're involved in a grant that was written by all of the law enforcement leaders in our area, from Kanab to Beaver, Garfield, Iron County, and we were awarded 2 trucks out of it. And I just heard from Sheriff Glover in Kanab that they've been ordered, and we are likely going to be expecting them sometime in January, toward the end of January probably. So if I didn't just jinx it.
So we thought it was.
That'll put us above and
they
beyond.
said, is there anything you guys want to put in the grant? And we're like, We were in the middle of
truck.
dealing with our trucks, and we said, yeah, throw a couple trucks in there, thinking it wouldn't happen.
Yeah, I mean, they're asking for things like body scanners for the prison, or the jail. You know, they were asking for, MRAPs, or the new Bearcats that would replace our MRAPs for SWAT, big ticket items like that, but we threw trucks in for some of the little agencies, and looks like it's it's happening.
So you got 2 trucks
Two
in
trucks.
that grant?
That is
Yes.
so awesome.
Isn't that great?
Hopefully.
Yeah, that's awesome, you guys.
Yeah.
So as we gotta replace 6 trucks, we were gonna try and stretch that out over 3 years, and we were gonna be kind of risky out in that 3rd
They're
year.
starting to have some issues.
What we'll do is we'll now we'll get 2 new leases, and we'll take these 2 purchased trucks and replace 4 of them this year, and then 2 next year.
Wow.
So you'll own these?
We'll own 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
But
then,
we're
and then
still gonna
we'll
have
keep
to
a
pay to-
rotation on keeping the value in
Still-
it.
We'll still have to pay to upfit them,
Probably.
and that's gonna cost some money, but
Oh, yeah.
But it's
the truck's
not
the expensive
whole
part.
truck.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Good job.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thanks.
that is a good positive.
Yeah.
That's
No, here to
great.
We didn't wanna dare to hope and talk about it,
I
because
know.
Yeah, it's
usually
been
these things
a
don't
while.
happen.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, thank you for all of your hard work,
Plywood.
everyone involved in that,
Laminate.
thank you.